spring day in 2019, poised to take the next great step for Sacramento. When I took the oath of office 2+ years ago, I knew that there would be some good days and there would be some rough days. And I knew that there would be at least a few great days. Today is one of those great days. As we announce our intention to take to the City Council next Tuesday, April the 9th, an agreement between the city and the Sacramento Republic FC to bring Major League Soccer to Sacramento. I think it's important as we stand here in the old shops to use our imaginations a bit this morning and picture what it was like inside these buildings 100 years ago, when 3,500 employees worked here building trains and all the parts that went into them. Today, we begin a new era in the Sacramento Railyards, and I could not be more proud to announce that we have reached an agreement with Republic FC that will help reinvent and revive this dormant land and these vacant spaces, and once again fill them with Sacramento's innovative spirit. Ron Burkle and his fellow owners of the Sacramento Republic FC plan to build a world-class stadium. You've all seen the renderings over the last couple of days. I saw them from China and they look good. To build a world-class stadium just to the east of where we stand today. The new renderings this week show a facility that will showcase not just the team's fine soccer players, but also our river and our downtown skyline. And by the way, this is the first of a series of April announcements regarding the Railyards and the waterfront, so please stay tuned. We know this, and more importantly, the Board of Governors at Major League Soccer know this. This stadium will be one of the best in the country. And that is exciting enough, but our agreement with Ron Burkle and his team is about far more than a stadium and a sports team. For today, we're talking not only about those exciting things, but also about the extension of our existing downtown, the development of 17 acres next to the stadium for a cumulative investment of nearly $1 billion in the Railyards and in our city. I want to emphasize that this project is being driven by private dollars, and the city will not be writing a check. When I look at the costs and the benefits for the city in this agreement, the decision to support it is an easy one for me, and I think it will be for my colleagues as well. My office and our city staff, and I engaged myself directly in these negotiations, worked hard to negotiate the agreement over the past months, and I'm confident we have come up with a winner. I stand strongly behind the establishment of an enhanced infrastructure finance district in the Railyards. These districts, which are allowable and in fact encouraged under state law, allow the increase in property values over time to finance some of the key public infrastructure on the site. No development, no return to build the infrastructure. We also plan to partner with the new owners to generate new electric signage revenue that will be at no cost to the city. We will waive some of our development fees as well as provide some game day municipal services for a limited period of time. So here's my summation. This agreement protects taxpayers while delivering a project that will provide huge economic benefits to the Railyards and our city as a whole. And of course, this doesn't stand alone. Combined with the new Kaiser Hospital, the Republic Stadium and the adjacent development will kickstart the process of doubling the size of our downtown with thousands of new jobs, new residents, and new places to have fun. It will be the first anchor tenant in the ground for the Railyards. There's so many people to thank here, and we'll leave people out, and if I do, I apologize. But certainly, Ron Burkle and Matt Alvarez, who I hope will be there on Tuesday, and we'll give them a big standing ovation in the council chambers. You'll hear in a few moments from Kevin Nagel and Ben Gumpert. And Kevin, again, thank you for hanging in there, staying with it, never giving up, and loving Sacramento, man. We're very appreciative of you. You invested your time and your money at great risk. I want to thank all my colleagues on the City Council, several who are represented here today, but especially the District Council member for the area, Councilmember Jeff Harris, who dreamed about this for a long time. You'll hear from Eric Guetta, of course, and Angelique Ashby as well, but all my colleagues for their hard work. I want to thank all of the local business community that are represented here today, the Chamber, the P-Bids, Region Business, Barry Broom, everybody, Amanda. Really, you know, some people ask, is this a business-friendly community? We're in California, you know, sometimes it can be rough, but when we stick with it, we can deliver big things for our community. That's exactly what we're doing here today. So thank you for believing in all of us. Thank you to the fan base as well. Come on, let's give a big hand to the fans. Our city team is here, you know, Michael Jasso, John Dangberg, everybody who is here, Scott White from my staff, others on the city team, thank you so much, because this only gets done with a dedicated group of public servants. And Larry and Denton Kelly and the entire LDK team for their hard work as well. You are certainly not the first developers to try and revive our rail yard, but you are the ones who are finally making it happen. So finally, I hearken back to December of 2017 when we came home from New York City, having made actually a great presentation and having almost all of it lined up. And the league told us, you're almost there, but not quite. And I suppose there would have been another choice here, which would have been to say, okay, we gave it our best shot, let's move on. There's lots of opportunity in other places. And of course there is opportunity in lots of other places, but we all knew that if we stuck with this, if we didn't give up, if we believed in the vision of Sacramento as a major league city in every respect, and if we quietly went about not only trying to find an additional investor, but also to work on this agreement that comes before the City Council in a way that balanced the taxpayer interest, the public interest with the vision and the desire to do something grand and do something big, that if we stuck with it, we could arrive at this day. And that's the Sacramento spirit. Never give up, never give in, always believe, always work harder than the next city. And more often than not, we will win. This is such an exciting time for Sacramento. And yes, we've had some rough days over the past year, but there are more great days ahead. As we grow, as we build, as we dream, as we include everyone. And that's why it's a wonderful time to be a Sacramentan. I look forward to Tuesday night. I look forward to passing this, I hope unanimously, and then pivoting to New York City, look far east to that league and the Board of Governors, and say to the board, we've done everything you've asked us to do. Everything and more. Come out to Sacramento and make the grand announcement that our city will be the next Major League Soccer city in America. Thank you very much.